Bonjour tout le monde. Bienvenue à ce cours. Welcome to this class. It's for Year 9 French. And it's just a really simple lesson to practice pronunciation for talking about likes and dislikes. So likes and dislikes are really important for several reasons. Partly because we all like to talk about what we like and dislike. That's who we are as people, and we have opinions, and it's good to be able to share them. And secondly, because these are phrases that we can use again and again in Year 10 and even in Year 11 and 12 and 13. In Year 11 particularly, sharing your opinion is a really important part of NCA Level 1 French. So if we get a head start now, then when we have to do it in Year 11, it'll be super easy. So, as you can see on this lovely high-tech worksheet, which I will leave for you on Teams, I'll leave a copy for you. We're just going to go through these phrases, these sentences, and practice the pronunciation and talk about what they mean. So, our first sentence here is j'adore. Répétez, s'il vous plaît. Repeat, please. J'adore. J'adore is something we've heard before because it's one of those French phrases that people use in English sometimes. Oh, j'adore. There's even a perfume called J'adore by the brand Dior. So j'adore means I love. J'adore. J'adore. Then we have j'aime beaucoup. J'aime beaucoup. This beaucoup word means a lot, and we will see it a lot. Not funny. See, you don't even have to miss my terrible humor. This is wonderful. So beaucoup means a lot, and j'aime means I like. So you could say I like it a lot, or you could translate it into better English and say I really like. J'aime beaucoup. Okay, maintenant we have the j'aime by itself. So if this j'aime beaucoup was I really like, this j'aime is going to be, you got it, I like, j'aime, j'aime. Now it doesn't have any sort of break in the sentence because of that apostrophe. It's not like languages like Samoan, for example, where you might make it like a li'i. It just smudges it all together to make it quicker and easier to say. So j'aime, j'aime, I like. And this final one, j'aime bien, j'aime bien. J'aime, I like, and bien is well, so it's kind of like saying, oh yeah, I quite like it. Excuse the technical difficulties. Okay, j'aime bien, I quite like. So you can see I've put them in order from the really strong ones. I love, j'adore, right down to I quite like, j'aime bien. Voici quelques exemples. Il y a exemple numéro 1. J'adore le français. Répétez s'il vous plaît. Try saying it with me. J'adore le français. J'adore le français. J'adore le français. It's a bit like brainwashing. If I get you to repeat j'adore le français, you'll really start to think that you do love French, which is super. Okay, so j'adore le français. I love French. Cool. Deuxième exemple. J'aime beaucoup le chocolat. I imagine that many of you have eaten beaucoup de chocolat over Pâques, Easter. J'aime beaucoup le chocolat. J'aime beaucoup le chocolat means I really like chocolate. Cool. Troisième exemple. J'aime bien la gymnastique. This is a sport that I thought you'd recognize. La gymnastique. J'aime bien la gymnastique. I quite like gymnastics. Okay, c'est bien. Super, on va continuer. Maintenant, on a fait la partie likes. We've done the likes part. Et il faut faire dislikes. Scroll down. Okay. So here we have the opposite thing. I've started with the less strong dislike feelings, and I've gone to what would be considered one of the strongest ones in French, which is interesting because it's not exactly what we would think would be the strongest. So first we've got je n'aime pas. Je n'aime pas. Now you might remember from things that we've learned, if I just scroll down here, so far we've learned j'ai. We said things like j'ai les cheveux blonds et les yeux bleus. Ouh, pardon. But if we wanted to say I don't have, remember we took a little ne and pas and we put them around the verb bit, the e. So that would be something like this. Je n'ai pas de barbe. I don't have any beards at all. Dommage. Pity. Je n'ai pas de barbe. We also have learnt je suis. Je suis. I am. Comme je suis petite et bavarde. I am little and talkative. But if we wanted to make that something I am not, then we said we put that little ne and pas in again. So je ne suis pas stupide. Little spelling mistake after that. Right, so we're going to be able to do the same thing up here. So where we had j'aime, I like, if we want to make that I dislike or I don't like, we can just put the ne and pas around it. So it becomes this one. Je n'aime pas. Je n'aime pas. I don't like. Okay, cool. Après ça, we're going to get more sort of grumpy sounding about these things that we don't like. So, je n'aime pas du tout. Je n'aime pas du tout. So the first part, je n'aime pas, exactly the same, je n'aime pas. But the du tout means at all. So I don't like it at all. And you have to sound kind of grumpy, like je n'aime pas du tout. Pas du tout. Non. Je n'aime pas du tout. French people tend to gesture. So you might shake your head or you might frown or you might show how you're feeling with your body as well as just your voice. So je n'aime pas du tout is I don't like at all. Je n'aime pas du tout. Ok, prochainement. Je déteste. Je déteste. Je déteste. This is the same as what it looks like en anglais. Oops. I hate. Or in English you can say you detest something. Does it have an E on the end? I don't know. I'm just going to write it. So I hate. Je déteste. And finally, and somewhat surprisingly, we finish with this phrase, je ne supporte pas. Je ne supporte pas. Which means I can't stand. Now, en anglais, I would say that I hate, it has a stronger vibe, a stronger feeling behind it than I can't stand something. But in French, it really is like you hate it so much you cannot even possibly stand to be in the same room as this thing. Oh, I can't even stand to think about it. It's just totally, just no. So for this one, also you need to sound quite grumpy. Generally, it's got a bit of a gesture that goes with it. So you're at home, safe in your bulle, in your bubble. So you can practice this gesture without feeling like a dork, like I'm going to look. And it goes like... Hold on. Try and go low enough so you can't see I'm wearing pajama pants. Shh. This. I'm going to like uncross my hands on the supporte. So the phrase is je ne supporte pas And I'm going to go, je ne supporte pas. Hold on. This camera. Je ne supporte pas. Je ne supporte pas. Non, je ne supporte pas. Okay, so practice that one. Cool, je ne supporte pas. Ok, voici des exemples. Je n'aime pas les maths. Maths is just the subject that it looks like, maths. But in French, remember, we don't pronounce the H. Les maths, or the S. Silent letters for the win. Je n'aime pas les maths. I don't like maths. So sorry, Mrs. Hardman. Je déteste le brun. Le brun, brun is a color, une couleur. Je déteste le brun. I hate brown, the color of poo. Not my fave. Je déteste le brun. Okay. Je ne supporte pas. Je ne supporte pas le poisson. Le poisson. Remember, le poisson was one of the animaux, a type of animal that we learned about. It's a fish. This could be here talking about the food. You know, je suis végétarienne. I'm a vegetarian, so I can't stand the thought of eating fish. Je ne supporte pas le poisson. If you wanted to change that to talk about the animal instead of the food, you could change it to les poissons. Je ne supporte pas les poissons. And then suddenly you're kind of talking about fish in the plural. Can't stand fish, like as a pet. Ok, c'est très bien. Voilà le cours. This was the lesson for today. This week we'll do some more practice on it, and I'll get you to write some examples about things that you like and dislike in the comments on Teams. There'll also be something set on Education Perfect for you. Merci beaucoup. À bientôt.